Colleagues, today I rise in honor of Alice Lytle, a constituent of mine here in Sacramento County. And I just want to say it is a tremendous honor to reflect upon her life with you today. You're going to hear more about her life in a moment, but she was appointed a jurist in California in 1983 by Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown, who loves his Latin. And I want to share with you a Latin expression, lux mentis, lux orbis. And I will say this phrase relates to Alice Lytle's life in a very direct way, the opportunities she encountered, but really the whole purpose of her life. Lux mentis, lux orbis means light of the mind, light of the world. It is a reminder that ideas are the thing which change lives, change human life. And when you look at Alice Lytle's life, you see the consequence of ideas that are impactful across centuries. Even today, I enjoy having little JoJo Wicks on the floor with us. Alice Lytle, as a jurist in Sacramento County, with Barry Lonk, also a jurist, a friend of mine, opened La Casita to provide a shelter for parents who are going to be in court to bring their children and to be cared for when other proceedings were going on, which is itself a notable idea, that you would welcome children into the seat of government and provide for them. But in a much larger way, lux mentis, lux orbis plays out. I will tell you, Alice Lytle's parents, she was the 8th child of 10, were from the South. When she was born, she was in Newark, New Jersey. Her family had left the South and moved to New York City to avail themselves of free public education to improve the life prospects for their children, which is a conversation as fresh as our current new session. We have a governor talking about improving access to education. So in Alice Lytle, we see someone's life that was touched by access to education, which was provided by policymakers. That idea in improving education was not an American idea. It started in France. In France, the French established l'écoles normales, l'école supérieure. These were teacher training colleges. This idea came to this country first in Massachusetts. The City University of New York established a l'école normale, or normal university, to train women for teaching. And in an era when schools played favorites based upon race and religion and those sorts of things, although it was many decades later that she began school at what became the Hunter College, her school from its founding had this very powerful idea that any qualified woman was eligible to be there irrespective of race, religion, economics. And her first president had this as a part of his DNA. This was the emphasis of the institution. When she graduated in 1961, she was not a teacher. She was trained in the health field, and she ended up coming to UC San Francisco, where she worked in the child pediatric cardiology unit. But she was there in the 60s, and upon the assassination of Martin Luther King, this woman who'd got a free public education at a school renowned for its access to education without regard to race or other sorts of things, decided she needed to be a part of this movement. So she went to Hastings Law School, graduated, went to work in the Jerry Brown administration as a legal analyst, and was appointed to the municipal bench here in Sacramento County in 1983, making history as the first black female judge in Sacramento when she went on the municipal bench. She was elevated to the Superior Court in 1998 and served as the only African American Superior Court justice until she retired in 2002. In 2016, Governor Brown appointed her to the Attorney General's Racial and Identity Profiling Advisory Board, where she served until this past fall. So we see this woman whose life was touched by Jerry Brown 1.0 and 2.0. She was a lifelong reader and intellectual. Her brother had commented that she knew how education was the road out of poverty. And as her brother, who teaches in San Diego County, has said, she wanted to extend that franchise. And you sort of see that playing out across her life. Alice is survived by her brother Cecil Lytle, his wife Betty, her brother Henry Lytle, sisters Gwendolyn Lytle, Audrey Johnson, Florence Lassiter, numerous nieces and nephews. And as I say, I'm just moved today to think about the work we do, the policies we put in place, the opportunities they open up to other people, this magnificent truth of lux mentis, lux orbis, light of the mind, light of the world. And I just ask we adjourn in Alice Lytle's memory, personifying all of that. Thank you.